Frank's laboratory.
Hello and welcome to Frank's Laboratory. We're going to be talking about Battletech 3050 today. It is a mod on the Rusted Warfare Workshop on Steam made by Tsushimaki. Tsushimaki's made a ton of Battletech mods. This is the latest one, and it is all about FedCom versus the clans. We're going to go ahead and check it out now. So let's talk about the year 3050. A mysterious invading force strikes the coreward region of the Inner Sphere. The invaders, called the clans, are descendants of the exiled Star League Defense Force. With vastly superior technology and warriors, the clans conquer world after world, as it seems nothing can stem their brutal advance until now. So you get to play as the clans or FedCom. Let's talk about FedCom. The armed forces of the Federated Commonwealth, balanced forces with a various range of specialized units, focuses on combined arms, and can mount efficient offense and defense, can upgrade units to increase the combat efficiency or change their intended role. So for the gameplay, I'm going to speed things up a little bit, so you're going to see some jumping around, but that's just to save some time because the economy of the game is locked, so I'm unable to speed things up economically. But there we go, we jumped ahead. You have the several different buildings that you can build. Your resource buildings are going to be these fusion generators, and you also have the HPG relay, which looks like an antenna that gets built on specific points, which generates requisition. So you're generating requisition and power. You start with a high command with FedCom and a carbine, and then you're able to build more carbines. They're like SCVs in StarCraft. They build more stuff. The buildings that you're going to be building the vehicle depot, the tech lab, which has several upgrades that you see right now. The company store being one of the economic upgrades that you can do that increases the production time for the buildings. The rest of the upgrades are unit-based, so you have the exoskeleton for infantry, ER power pack, jet booster, armor-piercing ammo. Everything applies to specific units or a specific group of units, and they all cost requisition and power and time to complete. You'll be building infantry from the barracks. You have guardsmen, mech hunters, and mech techs and rangers. The mech techs are able to heal leopards and mechs and carbines even. This is a arsenal, which allows you to build the larger heavy mechs to include the assault class mechs, the Atlas. You have the Dervish, Hatchetman, Wolfhound, and Marauder as well. Just look at this Atlas here, just laying it down on the forward base. I said forward because that's how it's spelled. It's a clanism. You got the Bachals and the forward and the Toman. So yeah, it's actually spelled like that in the game. So it's fun to see that. You can build an assortment of turrets as well. One class of turrets that are upgradable into missile turrets. Here's some of the FedCom arsenal at work. You have the Atlas being healed by the mech techs behind a line of turrets. This is a Leopard dropship making a drop. So you can load it up with about 36 units. I've noticed that the Atlases seem to take up a little bit more room, so it balances out. But the thing can take a beating. Just look at it, getting shot by all kinds of clan defenses and still able to make it back to base after dropping off Marauder, Atlas, and a Scorpion and 2 Scorpions. That's a fusion explosion from the forward base that just went off. Later on, I was able to get the Marauder being healed by some of the mech techs, and you can see the PPCs going off towards the forward base, and it's they have a little bit of a wave to them, which is kind of cool to see. FedCom's got a ton of diversified units in its arsenal. Takes a while to get to the Atlas, but I mean, if you cut some corners here or there without having to expose your base to too much damage from your clan invaders, you should be able to get the Atlas pretty quick. This game took me about 40 minutes to kind of unlock everything and get everything kind of going for showcase. So we're going to talk about the clans. The clans, the invading Tomans of the clans, highly mobile forces with high range and firepower, focuses heavily on battle mechs, and their support can bid away units to increase production limits. So you'll see when you get into the tech tree for the clans where you can actually bid away production of a Timberwolf, for example, to get more requisition. So the forward base just dropped down, and you start with a carbine. You're able to build the HPG relay, depending on the map that you're playing on. It should work on all custom maps. and that's what this one is a custom map that I'm playing this on from MP87. The HPG relays are pretty cheap to build, and they allow you to get additional requisition, which you're going to need for building more mechs and vehicles from the clans. Here goes the carbine, going to build a fusion generator. Zoom! Little feet's walking. So yeah, you'll see that the clans aren't entirely different from FedCom when it comes to buildings and everything like that. I mean, there's still obvious differences, but there's a lot of similarities as well. Real quick way that I found to get a good start whenever you're playing this mod is to just kind of look at the minimap and look for the white dots. Those are the locations where you're going to want to put down your HPG relays. Also, spreading out your fusion cores is going to be important as well, since they do explode once they get destroyed. So you don't want to build them right on top of each other to make it really easy for you to have a Artosis pylon situation where you lose all of your power in one go. Clan units and equipment are very expensive, so you're going to be working on your resources quite often in order to field, say you want a star with 5 clan mechs and you want one of those to be a Warhawk. It's going to be a lot of requisition and power that you have to allocate to build something like that. The Warhawk alone comes in at a hefty price tag of 20,000 requisition, and a lot of the buildings themselves are very expensive as well, so you're going to be utilizing a lot of the units that you build early on and trying to use them as carefully as possible while you wait for enough requisition and power to build the bigger units. A lot of the upgrades for unlocking the larger buildings and larger mechs are in the forward base, so you'll be using mobilization and advanced mobilization upgrades. And just like the FedCom, you're also going to be able to upgrade your HPG relays and your fusion generators about 3 times. I believe the fusion generators put out about 3 power fully upgraded, and the HPG relays, when they're fully upgraded, put out about 14 requisition. So relying on your freeborn infantrymen and your vehicle depot is going to be key, especially if you want to do aerospace like the Silva, which you can build from the HPG relay. While you wait for your first broadsword, which is also going to be very expensive as well. So some of the units that you're going to have to use in the time being while you're waiting for the mechs to come out is the Svantovit, the Honor, the Mithras, the Donar, the Tech Buggy, the Metatech, and the Freeborn Rifle. So unlike the Mech Tech on the Freeborn side, the Metatech can actually heal infantry and repair mechs, which is very useful. Here you'll see a summoner that I built just using all of its weapon systems simultaneously to kill a lot of the FedCom infantry as they approach. And it's just awesome to see the recoil on all the weapon systems working in unison. The thing's a beast. Destroying an HPG relay. This is the Timberwolf Summoner and a Kit Fox loading up into a broadsword. And they're about to go do a drop. And here comes the Warhawk, which is the Assault Sniper Omni-Mech. And it's got dual PPCs and a bunch of other weapons. The Timberwolf in this is really neat because it has a bunch of LRMs that you'll see here in a moment. So while we wait for the Elemental to load up into the broadsword, and if you feel like I've earned it, hit the like and subscribe button for me. And I'll continue to diligently work to provide more information about the latest mods and games that are out for you to play. Looks like we got another mech coming out of the bay. We got a Kit Fox that just came out. Gonna load that into the broadsword, and here comes the drop. Here comes all the clan mechs coming out of the broadsword. You have an entire star of mechs. You have a Summoner, a Warhawk, Timberwolf, and 2 Kit Foxes working together to take on the FedCom base. They're doing their best to destroy everything that they can. There's an Elemental there as well. You can see he has looks like a medium laser and maybe an SRM pack. And he's attacking that fusion generator and that turret all on his own and holding his own, even though he's receiving damage from it. Strong little battle armor out there. The broadsword's sitting well where it's at. It doesn't even need to retreat at this point. It's just kind of hanging out and chilling. You can see the turrets on top moving around, which is a really nice detail and interesting feature for Tsushimaki to include into his mod. It's nice to see everything moving around. Let's look at the destruction. The clan star is nothing to mess with. Even after destroying that top area, you can see that the health bars for the star are barely touched as they continue to advance across the battlefield, destroying what's remaining of the FedCom buildings. Oh, it's terrible. Fusion explosions everywhere. The little carbine trying to repair everything that he can. Oh, too late for him. He's gone. Well, that's going to do it for the mod. If you guys are curious about where to find the link for it, I'll include it down in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.
Price Laboratory.